Do you have a vision board? A lot of people talk about vision boards these days, but I actually would like to change it just a little, just one word, to intention board. And the reason I like to look at it in the sense that if we have a vision board, if you don't know what a vision board is, this came about a lot after the movie The Secret, where you put what you're looking forward to doing, what you want to achieve, up on your wall in a comprised sort of format of, say, a chart or a poster, where you cut out things from magazines and print out stuff and put it up there. So it might be that you want to do courses, you might want a certain type of house, you might want to learn how to kayak or learn how to fly a helicopter, have kids, lots of families, buy an island, buy a boat, whatever it is to get to the island, buy a plane to get to the island. Yeah. All right. So I'm getting a little carried away here, but you get the idea of what a vision board is about. Now, I wanted to sort of change that up a little bit. I wanted to go with, can we change it from a vision board to an intention board? And the intention board, I like the word intent because there's action in it. One of the things that I really kind of struggled a little bit with the Secret concept is that, and you do need to align your energy, don't get me wrong, but there's a presupposition that if you sit on your backside, it'll just happen. And I think that you've got to align your energy and take action in order for it to come to fruition. Okay. The idea is that the more aligned you are, the less action you'll have to take, though. So sometimes that can work for folks and sometimes not so much. But there is an element of needing to follow through. And the intention side of it has more pull, doesn't it? It has the intent to actually make that happen. It's not that I'm just going to sit on my rock and wait for this thing to land in my lap. Okay? If it lands in my lap, bonus. But if I happen to be taking action, there's more chance of it coming to fruition. It's kind of that whole alignment of, like Tony Robbins talks a lot about this, is that, people aren't always so lucky per se. It's that they've just prepared themselves so much that by the time something comes along, they're actually ready to run with it. So that's kind of half the thing with the intention board. The intention side of it is that whole thing of, I intend to make that happen. I intend to, have buy an island. Why not? So if you don't put it out there, that's one thing. Now, one of the things I would say is being clear about the vision is so important. So I have, I was almost thinking of doing a separate video for this, but we're on a roll here, so we're going to roll with this one. If you're not clear about where it is you're going to go, how do you know when you're going to get there? It's that simple. Okay. So you've got to know what steps you're going to take, and that comes with having a clear vision. So there's people who find it easier who are more visionary, okay, who are more inclined to come up with the concept of what it is that they're after. And those vision boards, the intention boards, are absolutely magnificent for that, because the clearer you are, the easier it is for the universe to know what it is it needs to deliver, and it's also clear for you on what you're intending to manifest. So it's a two-way junction. And clarity comes with that vision. Now, if you're kind of vague and you sort of don't know, a general direction is better than no direction at all, but at least you know sort of where you're going. So one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up is that from a business perspective, I find that a lot of people do a lot of, if they do vision boards at all, intention boards now, there's quite often a leaning to do it for for personal stuff. So it's I want to be happily married and have kids and live in a big fancy house or whatever it is, or a little house down by the lake, whatever it is that they want to do. But quite often they don't do vision boards for their businesses. They don't do intention boards for their businesses. So it's like just as much clarity is required for an intention board for your business as there is for your personal. So one of the things that I would also like to suggest is that, like, get real clear. You know, it might be like you want staff. Say you want staff. Okay, how many staff? You know, what's your sort of cutoff? Is it 5 people, 2 people, 100 people, no staff, only contractors? Getting real clear about what it is. Oh, I'm going to be in this kind of niche market. What is your niche? How are you going to get to those people? That, you know, it's all business planning. But when you've got it as an intention board that's up on your wall every single day looking at it, there is a subconscious reprogramming on an everyday basis, rather than, I kind of know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. And especially if you've got guys or ladies working for you, then, you know, they know what the company vision is, what the company boards are. And you see this in the larger companies where they've got their mission statements and whatever plastered all over the walls. And it's no different really for the small businesses. They need to be doing the same sort of thing, just to motivate themselves, to keep themselves on track, to make sure that, you know, what I call your true north, you're in line with the direction that you actually want to be going in, and that you're not steering off course going this way. If we're clear about what our vision is and what our mission statement is and where we're going, and that's obvious, and it can just be posters, it could just be post-it notes. You know, there's different ways that you can do it. If you're a visual person, print out pictures. It could be that do you want a fancy office? What does the office even look like? Do you have it where people are working from home? You know, do you have events together? How many customers would you like to have? What kind of, you know, target market do you have? What kind of, you know, monetary value do you want? Maybe you put a check up on the wall. I mean, the checks are pretty outdated these days, aren't they? But, you know, with this is how much I want to be earning, and then from there it's like, well, how would I be earning that? And so I quite often like to start at the end and work backwards. So it's like, okay, so you want to earn, you know, X amount of dollars every single month. How is that going to be achieved? Let's work the way backwards from that. How many customers do you need in order to achieve that? Is it passive earn? Is it one-off earn? Is it through, you know, selling something? Is it products or digital products? Or is it a service or, you know, or physical products? Getting real clear on that and having just it doesn't even have to be huge. And sometimes people go, oh, that's so much work, Vicky, I'm not doing that. Start, you know, as you come across stuff, cut things out of a magazine, you know, or print it out. Go, oh, that's actually, I never thought of that. I want that up on my vision board, on my intention board, you know. So having a business intention board as much as a personal intention board is really, I think, something that isn't actively promoted out there. You know, there's always like, you know, have these business plans and they're all these charts and spreadsheets and very unpretty, unglamorous, you know, it's unattractive. It doesn't sort of draw me in. Whereas if you go, I don't know, have an island, how can you buy the island? You're going to be able to buy the island because you're running retreats from there. Okay, put a picture up of the island. Where is the island? Is it in Fiji? Is it in Africa? You know, where is this island? You know, it would have to be off the coast of Africa, obviously. But you get my idea around this is that when we put up positive reminders of why we're doing what we're doing, this will also help you to push through when things get difficult, because it just does. You know, every business has their ups and downs. It's just the cycle of life, isn't it? And when you have that up on the wall, you can go, that's why I'm doing this and I'm going to keep on going. And it incentivizes you, it motivates you, and it's not just about the personal stuff, it's the business. And ideally, I love it when you've got stuff going up on your wall like that. You start finding that it's not just about the cash. You start going, well, it's because I've made a difference in those people's lives, you know. It's like I've now got enough money to, you know, like one of the charities that I give to is an outfit that does water supply to rural African villages where there isn't good, fresh, clean water. and this guy designed, I thought it was amazing. I'm just going to share this with you because it's popped up. You know, those big like gallon drums, but not metal ones. They're actually I don't know if they're plastic or what, but and it's like a mower, you know, like those old rolling mowers that you had that cut the grass. But instead of having the mower on the end, it's these big barrels that are full of water, and then they can roll them from fresh water from the coast or wherever it is, the drop-off point, and they can roll them to their village, and then they've got fresh water. Okay, and I think that's fantastic. That's a worthwhile thing. Now, having something like that on your intention board makes you feel good about, okay, I'm not just making a difference in my life, in my tribe, little tribe's life, my little clan, you know, maybe a big clan at home, but it's like further afield. How, by me earning this is also helping kids in Africa, families in Africa that honestly would be getting really poor, ill health, probably can't water their vegetables, can't bath. You know, it's the basics, the stuff that we tend to take for granted. So that's my challenge for you, is that for your business, do a business intention board that isn't full of all these charts and these very unattractive, unappealing kind of things, unless you're into charts. I mean, if that's your bag, then go for it, you know. Whatever floats your boat, baby. But for me, that doesn't work. I need to see, you know, actual tangibles, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like someone pushing one of these barrels, and it's like, yep, okay, that's why I'm doing this. Okay, I get it now, and I'm on track to get this. And sometimes you'll find these overlap with your personal vision board and intention board. So sometimes you can put them together because one will feed into the other, won't it? Okay, so it's just making it possible. And when, you know, like, I love how people, like, I've joined a couple of courses over the last few months, and I love it because it gets people motivated. But they say, just take action. And it's all well and good taking action, but if you're taking the wrong action, it's a complete and utter waste of time, isn't it? So that's one of the reasons I love intention boards, is like, well, do you really want that up there? Or is it something, this is something that comes up. Is this something that someone else has said you should be doing or having on your board? Okay, as opposed to what I actually want to do. Okay, so when you put things on there, go, is this something I really want? Is this something that works for me, that I'm not doing it because I feel like I have to, or I should, or I must, but rather this is what I truly want and desire. So there's a lot more electrical charge in that, isn't there, when it's aligned to who you truly are and what you really want. Okay, and then working it out from there. So my challenge for you today is make the time for yourself and your business, and block out some time to start creating your business intention board. And if you haven't got a personal intention board, start it. Okay, a poster, doesn't matter, and it can be one thing. You know, you can just cut out one thing and stick it on your wall if you don't even have paper to do it on. Just do something. Go, right, I am going to commit to doing that, and then every day maybe do another little thing until you start getting a nice decent amount of intentions up on the wall for you to daily look at in your office. Sometimes I have people take photos of it if they're working in somebody else's office, and they have it on their phone. They can use it as wallpaper on their phone or on their desktops. Anywhere that it's going to consistently, on a subconscious level, keep reminding you of why you are doing what you're doing every day, because we want you in your shoes, on your path, going your own way. Okay, namaste.